Year.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas from the Miley Legal Group.
Coming up on 12 News at 6, officials investigate a reported shooting in a Marion County community. We'll tell you what we know. And human remains found yesterday could belong to a West Virginia woman reported missing since March.
Gina, a mild end to the year. We've got rain on the way. Some of it could be heavy at times. Forecast in a moment. 12 News at 6. Next.
Working for you. This is WBOY. 12 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to 12 News at 6 on this New Year's Eve. I'm Jeena Cadigan in for Don Gray. Our top story tonight, state police say skeletal remains found yesterday are believed to be that of a woman who has been missing for nearly 10 months. According to troopers, the remains were found in the Seneca Creek area of the Monongalia National Forest in Pendleton County and are believed to be that of 24-year-old Cassie Sheets. Sheets was reported missing back in March after being separated from two men while on a hike at Spruce Knob. The remains have been sent to the state medical examiner's office in Charleston. Stick with 12 News for all of the latest on this developing story. Now turning to another developing story, and now out of Marion County, where law enforcement are still investigating a reported shooting from yesterday evening. 911 officials tell 12 News it happened just before 7 o'clock on Y Street in the community of Baxter. Officials also confirmed that one person was shot, but did not say what their condition was. No one is in custody at this hour, and no other additional information has been released. And a two-vehicle wreck this afternoon in Clarksburg ended with one vehicle going into a park. It happened just before 4 o'clock when Clarksburg police say a truck pulled out of Hall Street onto Milford Street and collided with a sedan. Officers say the sedan then went through the fence of Staley Park and then stopped. Kids were playing in the park at the time. However, officials say no one was hurt. Those involved in the wreck were also not hurt. Now to the latest on the ongoing pandemic as a surge of COVID-19 cases continue to sweep the country. For a second straight day, the U.S. has shattered its own record of new infections yesterday. Kathy Park has more from Times Square in New York City, where they're getting ready for a scaled-back New Year's celebration.
The last morning of 2021 capped off with a COVID milestone. Nearly 2 million new cases in a week, almost double where they were last winter. Florida shattering its all-time record set just Wednesday with nearly 80,000 new cases in a single day.
I think we're probably at 1 million plus cases a day because we have so many people that are not testing, can't get a test, or are testing at home, and that generally doesn't get reported into these statistics.
The FDA is set to approve Pfizer booster shots for 12 to 15-year-olds as soon as next week. Meanwhile, pediatric COVID hospitalizations jumped more than 50% in the last 4 weeks. With hospitals stretched thin and infections soaring, the Pentagon is deploying teams of military medical personnel to Arizona, Michigan, and Pennsylvania to support healthcare workers. The COVID surge has many rethinking or revising their New Year's Eve plans. New York City is scaling back its iconic celebrations in Times Square.
It's going to be outdoors, vaccination only, masks required, socially distanced, but we want to show that we're moving forward.
Boston will offer vaccines during its celebration.
I am very excited that we're able to bring it back in a way that continues making our city safer, healthier, and more prepared for the new year.
But it's a bumpy start to the new year for air travel. Delta expecting to cancel 200 to 300 flights a day through the weekend. And JetBlue announcing more than 1,200 cancellations now through January 13th. The cruise industry is taking a hit too, with 88 vessels under close watch by the CDC. The agency issuing a new warning to avoid cruise travel regardless of vaccination status.
I think cruises, any place where you're together with a whole lot of people over the next couple of months, you can guarantee there will be people with COVID there. And I would say most of them will not know they have COVID.
Meanwhile, the FDA is planning to expand eligibility for the Pfizer COVID-19 booster shots. A person with knowledge of the plan tells NBC News that the agency will expand eligibility to children ages 12 to 15 in the coming days. The news of the pending approval was first reported in New York Times. The news comes as the Omicron variant of the coronavirus continues to spread rapidly in the U.S. In national news tonight, a fast-moving wildfire in Boulder County, Colorado, has destroyed more than 500 homes and forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. The so-called Marshall Fire has burned at least 1,600 acres, but because it's raging in heavily populated areas, it already ranks as the most destructive wildfire in Colorado history. People living in the towns of Superior and Louisville have had to evacuate. Today, the extent of the damages is just coming into focus, with as many as 1,000 homes destroyed. Authorities say because of the scope of the fire, they would not be surprised if there are injuries or fatalities. They say downed power lines due to high winds may have started the fire. And 2021 left us with one final blow as longtime actress Betty White died earlier today. White's charm made her a television star for more than 60 years. Her witty style gave life to a roster of characters over more than half a century. She starred in hit TV shows like The Golden Girls, Hot in Cleveland, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Betty White was 99 years old and was just 18 days shy of her 100th birthday. A lot of people will be hitting the roads tonight to ring in 2022, but before you get behind the wheel, experts have tips to make sure you and others celebrate New Year safely. And what better way to end the new year with some high school basketball? We'll recap today's big game between RCB and Fairmont Senior later in the 12th Sports Zone. But first, you'll never guess who's back. Meteorologist Jason Parrish joins us with a look at our first forecast.
That's right, trying to kill some time here on New Year's Eve, and what better way to see my friends out there. Hi, everybody. Now, Jeena mentioned traveling this evening, and here in north central West Virginia, we've got some rain out there. Let's take a look at live Doppler radar, and you can see gradually working from west to east. Our friends there in southern Ritchie County, a little bit heavier rain shower. That's heading into southern Doddridge County right now. Now, some of the rain a little bit later on tonight, particularly during the day tomorrow, could be heavy at times. Because of that, the National Weather Service out of Pittsburgh and Charleston have issued a flood watch that goes from basically midnight tonight all the way through early Sunday morning. So just keep that in mind. You live in a flood-prone area. Just be on the watch for rising water. All right. So our New Year's Eve planner, obviously a lot of folks heading out and about. We will be dodging those rain showers, but with all the moisture in the air, it's going to stay fairly mild. We should see readings generally in the 50s as we ring in 2022. Good look at your 7-day forecast in a minute. It's going to get cold again by Sunday. We'll be back.
Captioning is brought to you by Valley Healthcare System.
Did you know that men are more likely to turn to alcohol or drugs when they're depressed? Have concerns for a loved one or a friend? Call us today.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzing overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
The pandemic has made everything cost more. That's why Joe Manchin is trying to responsibly put more money in our pockets without busting the budget. Cutting taxes for working people, universal pre-kindergarten, lowering healthcare costs, investing in local businesses, and creating thousands of jobs. Paid for by out-of-state billionaires and big corporations. Joe Manchin is making Washington spend wisely and putting West Virginia first.
Ugly garage door getting you down? Broken garage door making you give up? You may be suffering from garage door scoliosis. And the only cure is Capital Doors. Capital Doors is West Virginia's leading commercial and residential garage door installer. Contact Capital Doors, your access to quality service.
Visit WBOY.com for this week's half-off Hump Day deal. Get $50 worth of gift cards for only $25. Looking for a way to ring in the new year? WBOY is offering exclusive deals on your favorite restaurants and businesses with special savings up to 80% off. Don't wait. These deals are only available for a limited amount of time. Go to WBOY.com and get your half-off Hump Day deal.
It's your journey. Make it memorable in a new Hyundai from Jenkins Hyundai. Visit Jenkins Hyundai today to test drive a beautifully redesigned 2022 Hyundai with available all-wheel drive plus the peace of mind of America's best warranty. Keep thinking Jenkins.
Follow Snowbird through all weather on WBOY. Brought to you by St. Joseph's Hospital.
Welcome back. Celebrating the new year is a tradition, but if not done right, it can be dangerous. AAA warns against drinking and driving this New Year's Eve. The National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration reports that 28 people die every day from drunk driving incidents. Instead of getting behind the wheel after drinking, it's smart to come up with a plan prior to going to wherever your plans may take you. Have a designated driver with you or take a rideshare service instead of driving.
You know, there's never been a reason to drunk drive, but especially in 2021 going on 22, there is especially no reason with all the rideshare options that are available out there and, you know, your traditional ones.
On top of drinking and driving tonight, Garrity warns against driving hungover the next morning, citing a new list of potential distractions to deal with. And with the new year comes the first day that hikes are around West Virginia. A few state parks in our area, Blackwater Falls, Tiger Lake, and North Bend State Parks are all having hikes on New Year's Day. First day hikes are guided hikes by park naturalists and are helpful for people who might be new to hiking and want to experience some of the natural beauty West Virginia has to offer.
You also get the benefit of starting your new year outdoors, enjoying nature, getting a little exercise. It's just a really nice way to start off a brand new year. You know, you just take a little trip through nature, enjoy some of the winter wood scenery. Maybe you get some snow where you are. Down here in Logan, probably not. But it's nice to hike in the winter. You don't have to fight the mosquitoes. And you don't get really hot and sweaty. It's just a good time to be outside, I think.
To learn about all of the first day hikes happening around the Mountain State, you can visit our website, WBOY.com. Don't go anywhere. Jason has another check on our year-end forecast, and we'll have the latest on our Mountaineers in our Mountaineer Minute. We'll be right back.